Greetings, Patriots. This is Saint Sir Nicholas, Captain of the SES Princess Family Values. I'm going to be showing you something a bit interesting. So, just going to be going up here, and... coming up on this bug nest. Ooh, 20. Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh. It's going to take some serious effort. Well, fortunately, let's call in an SOS beacon and resupply, but what's that? What is this? It's something, isn't it? It's something very peculiar. It's 4 orbital lasers, but from one player at once. How could such a thing be? I'm sure you're asking. I'm sure you're desperate to know. And that's fair. Let's just ultimatum this one. And then, wait, yeah, we still need our normal firearm for situations like this, for sure. Yeah, you have to be careful. What I'm doing does not make you invincible or all-powerful. I'll be very clear about that. Yeah, that can happen, but I'm sure you're all wondering about how this works. And don't worry, I'll tell you soon enough. But I also want to show the amazing power, and yet a warning, that despite the ability to call down all this devastating fire from the sky, you'll see that there are the rather obvious and severe limits, and that you're still only a single diver, 1, and 2, that you've only got you've still only got what you've got. So for instance, you saw that light barrage. It was cool, it was effective, but it still only took out 4 of the buckles. So, I think that this is very essential to be cognizant of, especially if you're playing on higher difficulties. Also, I don't know how much longer this will be in the game for. Yeah, and also, be careful with ultimatums, because you could do that to yourself, which is not the best. Now, I think you kind of get the point now of how you have to be careful. Yay, we got the spore spewer at least. And again, yeah, y'all get the point about the weakness that can be found in that. Yeah, it's ultimately still just, you're just one diver doing the same thing up to 4 times. However, I think that's still quite interesting, and obviously I think that this is going to get changed pretty soon. I do like how there is this cool play in the game for the people who experiment. I think that's great. But we're gonna probably see it getting taken away soon. At least that's my impression. Just my thought. I could be totally wrong. Maybe this stays in for a long time. I don't know. I do think, though, that it's gonna be, either way, very a very fun thing to do while it lasts. So if you're watching this and it still is in there, I'd recommend doing it while it's still functional. Well, I thought I died there for a moment. And let's see, how much time do we have? That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah. Also, I want to say that I haven't tested a very large number of combinations of this. However, I have utilized it for the, what do you call it? I've done it with turrets, and it's pretty effective with constantly using turrets. What's not effective is when you just step into a Bile Titan like that. So, I guess I'm proving my point about how you have to be still careful and how it's really easy to get, like, prideful and think that you can do whatever with this. Well, that's not the case at all. It's really not the case. Oh, hey, super crits, that's cool. There's a new war bond coming soon, so everyone who feels the need to load up on credits, I wouldn't blame you for front. I will be going over here just to search out something and, yeah, find something to take out so that we can get the mission done successfully. Call me your fellow diver. Call in reinforcements. Yes, we'll hopefully go over here. Something anti-democratic, that's for sure. And does that give us the clear vision? Maybe. I guess not. It's fine. Okay, again. Oh, almost. Okay, I'm in. Ooh. That's what makes this game great sometimes. Those wild moments of desperate heroism where you're just so close. Sometimes you're close enough, sometimes you're not. Well, we need to find the last nest. And we're not in a... Ooh. Here we are. Here goes. Let's see if anyone has anything to say. Ah, that is so democratic. 4 lasers. Absolute democracy. Total freedom. Well, total freedom unless you're a Terminid, in which case, yeah, you're not going to have a great time. So, yeah, make sure to watch the end, because well, I'll teach y'all at the end the arts of how to how to do this, and I should not have used all my grenades. At least I can do that with the knight. Yeah. I don't know how much I like the knight gun. Like, it's good for the, like, couple seconds you have it lasting, but then it runs out of ammo so quickly, at least how I'm using it on full auto. I could see the argument that maybe I'm just using it wrong, in which case, if you have a more efficient use for it, then please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to get educated. Education is good. Knowledge for Super Earth is very important. And that's one thing I love about this community, this game's community. It's usually very friendly and wholesome and supportive. And okay, we don't have the map. That's okay. We do have the light though. Follow the beacon. Follow the beacon. The beacons are lit. Okay, that was not super credits. That was not worth it, I guess. Well, I had no way of knowing. Now, let's see. We can't really call in anything, so yep. Emergency time. And that was a complete disaster. Always own up to your mistakes. I apologize for taking out a fellow diver like that by mistake. That was completely... Honestly, that was completely unnecessary. I should have judged that better. That would be just a quick pew, and it was a big thing. Also, as you've probably noticed, I still have each use possibility left on each of them. However, there's not enough time. This is because, of course, this is a blitz mission. So it's not going to be possible to use them all up. If this is a problem or not, I'll leave to your discretion. With, and of course, I mean, I was talking in the context of the lasers. Because lasers have such long cooldowns. And if you're not looking at the laser, if you're looking at something else, I mean, that becomes a much more malleable situation. And again, that's only going to be potentially a huge issue if you're Blitz. If you're playing a longer format, with the more normal missions, it might not be an issue. And again, if you're using stratagems that have short calm times, it's fine. And yeah, you definitely don't need this to be optimal or anything, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's admire these stats. And, okay, it's been long enough. I'll show you how it's done. So, what you do is you take the stratagem you want to use. We'll say Orbital Laser, right? Now, you know what? Let's do the 500 kg. Then what you do is you go to Equipment. I'm going to do something else here quickly. Just because I feel like it. But anyway, the important thing is you then cycle weapon option. You then equip stratagems, then you can do this. And then equipment, you cycle to a different one, and then one thing random will be grayed out, but it doesn't matter because you don't want that. And then you go to equipment, and then you can even cycle back to one you've gone to before. It doesn't matter as long as it's different from one you were on literally just then. And then, yeah, you can take whatever your booster doesn't matter. You'll notice, though, that you cannot change your secondary or your no. I don't know if you can change your primary if you're doing this. You can't change your secondary or your grenade, it'll reset, so if you want to make some changes to that, you'll have to do it at the armory stand. And with that, I will show you. Actually, not much. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, subscribe, and let me know if you know any weird tricks, and if you think this is intended or was a mistake. Farewell.